Good evening, authors and aspiring authors. How are you guys doing? Hello to everyone who is watching this on the replay. If you're joining me for the very first time, welcome. I'm Shantae Williams, owner of Relentless Publishing House, where we help aspiring authors of all ages to self-publish their books. So you guys, welcome to the month of May. Listen, can y'all believe we're in May already? Like, where did the first 4 months of the year go? I feel like they were just a complete blur. It went by so fast. And that's exactly how time flies, right? And so there are many of you who've been saying, I'm going to write, I'm going to write, I'm going to write. Listen, time is not waiting for us. Time is not going to wait for you. You're going to have to make a decision as to whether or not you're going to prioritize the writing and publishing of your book or not. There's no more room for excuses. There's no more room for saying, oh, well, I'm going to get to it. Either you are or you're not. We are almost halfway through 2023, y'all. And if you are really wanting to get your book in this year, especially for holiday season, right? You really need to be done no later than September 1, right? And September 1 is really kind of pushing it. It really needs to be August 1, right? Hello, Sheila. And so, listen, I want to encourage you. Don't allow self-doubt. Don't allow fear. Don't allow negativity from other people to stop you from doing what you want to do, especially when it comes to the writing and publishing your book. Everybody's not going to think that you should. Everybody's not going to think that you can. Everybody's not going to support you. And guess what? It's okay, because you're not writing for everybody, but you're writing for somebody in order to provide a solution to their specific problem. So you have to believe enough, one, in yourself, two, in the necessity and the quality of your writing, and three, that you can have an impact and you can reach the people who you are called to. Okay. And so I like to remind people, especially my Christian writers, listen, just because you're writing a devotional, just because you're writing a prayer book, just because you're writing something that's biblically based, does not make it for everybody. You still have to have a target audience. You still have to niche that audience down so that you can be effective in your marketing. Okay. Our writings is not the Bible. And I think sometimes we think as Christian writers that just because I'm writing about the word, that it is going to impact anybody's life. Yes and no. Okay. So if I'm writing for women, I can't write to all women because I can't relate to all women. I don't know how to reach the women in prison who, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to reach the woman that's been a drug addict. I don't know how to reach a married woman. I don't know how to reach the woman who's lost a child. I don't know how to reach a woman who's had to bury a parent or two, right? I don't know how to reach a woman who has gone through rape or divorce or any of those things, because I have not experienced those. Okay. But let me tell you something. I can reach the woman who had a baby in her teens. I can reach that teen mother now and the struggles that she's going through. Why? Because I live that life. And so we have to be okay with being able to reach our specific audience. Everybody is not our audience. Okay. And listen, as much as we love family and friends, as much as we support them, we're not writing for them. So some of you need to stop getting upset when they don't buy your book. They're not your audience. And it's a-okay. Yes, I realize that it does hurt, right? We've supported them. We just assume that they would reciprocate. But guess what? We have to make sure that whatever we're doing is from a good place. And we're not expecting anything in return. So you don't write your book for family and friends. You don't write your book for this mass audience. Okay. You have to narrow that target audience down. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of you are struggling in your marketing. You're trying to cast a wide net in order to increase sales. And here's the thing, all you're doing is decreasing. So you need to know who you're speaking to specifically. Okay. And that takes research and that takes time. You got to narrow that down. Okay. So we have some things that are coming up that I believe that's going to help you get those things done. And a lot of you have not written and published a book because of the cost. You have a plethora of books in you, but when you think about it and you add up the cost, let's be honest, it can get costly, right? And so I understand that it's not economical feasible for you to hire me every time you want to write and publish a book. Y'all listen, I get it. I have some clients that I've only helped one time, and listen, and they've gone on to do other things. And I have clients who say, I don't care. I'm not trying to figure that stuff out. I'm just coming to you. I understand where both of them are. I totally get it. And so to help those of you who have been wanting to do it, but finances has been a hindrance for you, listen, I'm hosting a workshop on May the 18th, and I'm going to show you how to publish your own books without having to hire a publisher. Now, Shantae, why in the world would you do that? I just told you why. Some of you are called to write mini books. And every time you write a book, you don't want to have to drop a couple of bands, right? I get it. Listen, there's no love lost. None at all. So I want to make sure that you know how to do it the right way, that you're not cutting corners. Okay, so this workshop is $99. AfterPay is available. You can register at the link in the caption of the video, bit.ly/RPH publish, all capital letters. It is case sensitive. I want to make sure that if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. Okay. Listen, there's no secret into how to do it, right? It's, are you going to do it right? Which means you cannot cut corners. You cannot go the cheap route. You're going to have to pay for a professional editor. You're going to have to pay for a graphic designer. Okay. So there are some things that you cannot get out of paying. Listen, don't ask your best friend who was an English major, who loved English in high school, and maybe she even majored in English in college. They're not trained editors. Okay, there's a difference between somebody who is trained to edit and somebody who just likes to write. Those are two totally different things. And a proofreader is not an editor. Okay, proofreading is not going to go and check for sentence contacts and to make sure it reads appropriately, to make sure that you're using the right words. A proofreader is looking for grammar, punctuation, and the surface stuff. They're not going to make sure, is this paragraph written right? That's not what proofreaders do. So don't think that you can be cheap and just hire a proofreader. A proofreader is not an editor. Okay. And see, those are the things that we're going to discuss in this workshop. I'm going to tell you the different types of editing there are, so you can decide what it is you need. Sometimes you need more than one, y'all. And this is why when you go with a publisher, all of this is inclusive, because we understand that you may need more than one editor. Okay, so we have these people on our team that can take care of that type of editing for you. All right, I'm going to show you how to format. I'm going to show you where you can hire your editor, how you can hire your editor, where to hire a graphic designer at, where to buy your ISBNs. There's only one place if you're in the US. Okay. So if you know that writing and publishing is something that you are called to do, and you want to be able to save money and do it yourself, this workshop is for you. Listen, you have to show up live because there is absolutely no replay. I know. And for those of you who have taken many workshops from me, and you say, Shantae, you say that all the time, and you always give us at least a week or so to watch the replay. You're right. But you know what? Not this time. Because if you're going to make the investment, I need you to show up live. Then I need you to make sure that you take the copious notes to get the information. I am going to create a workbook for you that you can print out before the date of the workshop so that you can have it. Okay. But listen, I do not want finances to be a hindrance as the reason why some of you are not publishing your books. All right. I want to make sure that you can do it and do it right. Okay. Yes, Sheila, thank you so much. So if you want to know whether or not this workshop is really going to be for you, listen, you can inbox me, or you can shoot me an email, info@relentlesspublishing.com. When you click on the link, it tells you everything that we're going to discuss in the workshop. Okay. And if y'all know me, those of you who have taken workshops before, what I list is really just the basis. We really go more deeper than that. It's really impossible to put every single thing. But listen, if you know this is you, I definitely want you to register. Okay. So I will probably open up registration through, I will probably shut it down on the 17th so that I can make sure, maybe even the 16th, we'll see, because I want to make sure that you get the workbook in enough time to download it and print it off so that you can have it when we get ready to start. Okay, we will promptly start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So whether you are logged in or not, we are starting at 7:30. If you know me, I am a Army brat. Both of my parents served, so punctuality is something that they have embedded in me and my brother. All right, so punctuality is it. Now, if you're one of those people that says, you know what, I really need help in the writing stage. I really need to know if what I'm writing, it makes sense. Am I going in the right direction? Those type of things. Well, my creative writing sessions that I'm going to start hosting every third Saturday, this is where you need to be. Okay. If you're struggling with writer's block, if you need clarity on your book topic, if you need feedback on writing samples that you already have written, did you start and stop and now you need guidance on how to finish, or if you just need accountability in your writing, you want to join the creative writing session. It is going to be 60 minutes, okay, from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern. Shantae, why in the world are you doing something in the morning? Because you know what? If you want it, you want it. And one thing I know that I am graced and gifted to do is to unlock what's in your mind, and so that you can get it out on paper, so that you can get it in book form. Okay. I am very good at that. And so if you know you need help in the writing phase, then you want to make sure that you sign up for a writing session. If you say, you know what, Shantae, I think I need a subscription server because I need about 3 months of this. Listen, shoot me an email. We'll set up your subscription service that'll be at a discounted price. And listen, it's going to be consecutive. So if you miss a session, there's no making up a session on the back end. It's going to be consecutive sessions. All right. So $25 per creative writing session every third Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. Now, if you are a nonfiction writer, I don't do fiction. If you're doing the children's books, that's fine. You can join us. But nonfiction writers, children's books writers, things of that nature. Okay. We do not do fiction. We do not do any genres in the fiction. Okay. So nonfiction writers only, including children's book writers. All right. So if that is you and you need help in your writing, I want you to join our creative writing sessions. You'll be surprised how just a little bit of information, right, will help you unlock what's in your mind and give you guidance. And so if that is you, this is definitely the session that you want to make sure that you join. And then for all of my parents who are looking something fun to do with your child, listen, this is the third year, I think, of hosting the Perry's Junior Book Club Creative Writing Virtual Summer Camp. It is for children ages 5 through 18. And so this used to be a 5-week book camp, and I shortened it down to 4 weeks. All right. So in this particular book camp, they will learn how to write a children's book. They will learn how to write a book in general. And then they will also be able to create their own book. Okay. So at the end of the camp, they will have written their own book. And then we're going to take that book and we're going to produce it. Now, this book is not going to be published. Okay. But this book can be printed for sale. All right. Well, Shantae, why is it not published? Because there's no difference in taking a book that a children has written versus a book that it has adult written. We do the same steps, right? It's the exact same steps. So I cannot publish a book for $4.97. All right. So if this is something you want your junior writer to sign up for, the investment is $4.97. AfterPay is available. And I'm only going to take about maybe about five kids this summer for it to be manageable. So if you are interested in that, I definitely want to encourage you to sign up. We have an amazing time. This is going to be an e-course, and we will have one live session where I will be talking to them and getting their information for their book and making sure they understand what it is that they're doing. Okay. So again, parents, this book is not published. All right. This book is not published, but it will be able to be printed so they can still be sold to the public. All right. So this book will not be available on online retailers as we do our normal customers. Otherwise, you would have to do a regular package, publishing service package. Okay. So that is that. So if you have any questions about that, you can join our mailing list. I'm going to be sending more information out on that. I'll also probably do a separate Q&A session. Well, not necessarily Q&A session, just a separate session where I go into more detail well, just kind of repeat the information I've already said, really, but just do a separate live on that as well. So if you are interested in that, you definitely want to check it out. If you're trying to figure out, well, why is it called Perry's Junior Book Club? Because my brother is Perry Jr. So this was created to honor him. The only sibling that I have is just two of us. And so I'm very family oriented. So I named this after my little brother, my little big brother, I should say. We're just only almost 2 years apart. And so this is named after him. And as a matter of fact, if I can find, I think it's downstairs. I actually had him created in a toy form, and I'm still, for those of you who have been following me, those are still in the works. It's just kind of put on the back burner for right now, but he's still going to be a toy that can be purchased, and also a children's book series in its own. So listen, I'm excited about everything that is going on at Relentless Publishing House and the different things that we are doing. And so yeah. So, I love it. So, for those of you that are watching, if you have any specific questions, let me know. So listen, I'm thinking about doing Christmas in July. And so I don't think I've ever really done a Christmas in July special. So you guys, let me know what you want. Let me know what you would like to see for the Christmas in July. I kind of have some ideas, but I want them. Sometimes, we think things are good, but people thinking, I ain't want that. So if you have something specific that you want me to offer in the Christmas of July special, let me know. I'm thinking about maybe doing a couple of offers, maybe 3. We'll see. It's gotta be timed perfectly. I have to make sure that I don't create more work for our team. But listen, I'm super, super excited about everything that's going on. And so I'm telling you, those of you who took advantage of our customer appreciation special in the month of March, again, thank you. You guys are keeping us busy. Busy, busy, busy. When I tell you everybody wanted to submit their journals at the same time, and that has never happened before, I was like, oh my God. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. So yes, so definitely, again, you guys, if you think anything that you want us to offer for Christmas in July, we got a good couple of months, really about a month and a half, because whatever we decide to do, I want to start promoting it probably about mid-June, to give people time to kind of plan for it. So it'll probably be something we run, I guess maybe the entire month of July. I got to figure it out. Well, I guess it's whatever I want to do. Yeah, we'll probably run it the entire month of July. So that will probably include we'll probably run it the entire month of July. So if there's something that you want to see, maybe there was a special during Customer Appreciation Month that you missed and you want us to bring it back, let us know. And if you're like, well, I don't know what you did for Customer Appreciation Month, listen, just go back to March on our social media page. You could probably find it faster if you go to our Instagram or our Facebook page. Don't look at my personal page because it's going to take you a while to scroll. So go to my business page, or to my business Instagram, and you'll be able to see it faster. Okay. I'll definitely consider some of those. So definitely let me know. Let me know what you want to see. If you're on the mailing list, I'm going to send something out in the morning. I didn't do a newsletter for the month of April because we had so much going on the entire month of March. I gave y'all a rest from all those emails, so definitely let us know. So I'm excited, you guys. I absolutely love helping aspiring authors who write nonfiction. And listen, I want to encourage you, don't give up. A lot of you have started and stopped. Listen, I get it. Sometimes life happens and you have to put it on the back burner. Sometimes you get it. You're not in a space mentally to really write what you want to write. And so you put it on the back burner. I absolutely get it. But don't let it stay on the back burner too long. Because here's the key. You are the answer to somebody's solution. Somebody needs to read your story. Somebody needs to know that they can make it out. Somebody needs to know what you did. Somebody needs to be encouraged. Somebody needs to be empowered. Somebody needs to know your expertise in the area that you're in. So do not discount yourself and think, well, I don't really know that much. Listen, don't talk that way. Nobody's really going to read. Well, why would you say that? If you don't believe in you, you're not going to be able to sell you. All right. So I want you to have confidence in yourself. I want you to have confidence in your writing. And I want you to be purposeful about completing your book. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing the creative writing sessions. You can come, you can ask questions, you can get answers to your questions, right? You can get guidance, you can get feedback. You can even use that time to write. Okay. So look at this as a creative writing lab. It's probably what I should have named it, Creative Writing Lab. But look at it that way. So you come and get what you need so that you can get over the hurdle. Okay. I don't want you to look back over your life and say, man, I wish I would have. I've seen and talked to so many people that, once they lose that drive, it's gone. And they wish they would have finished it when they were in that space, but they allowed procrastination to get in the way. Like I said, sometimes life gets in the way, and then you think that it's been too long and I can't pick it back up. Listen, I've been writing the same book for a few years. And the only reason I have not put it out now is because I had so much client work that I had to do. But I just told myself this year that I'm not going to allow my birthday to pass another year and this book is not released. That I'm no longer going to put work as an excuse as the reason why that I have not completed it. So listen, I not only know what you're going through, I've lived it. I'm living it now. I've been putting this book on the back burner for far too long. And I told myself not another year is going to pass before I put this book out. Like the next time y'all hear about it, it's going to be an opening. And I'm going to be y'all out, look, this book is here. So I understand what that frustration feels like. I understand, how it can be discouraging. Okay. So don't stay there. I want to help you get out of that place so that you can get to a healthy space, right? So that you can get to a point where you truly start believing again in yourself. And again, do not depend on family and friends to be your support system. All right. We love them, but some of them are not equipped or created to help us in that space. And we have to be okay with that. We have to understand I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. Okay. And so when we misplace where we want support, it can sometimes keep us chained up. So I want to encourage you to be okay if they don't ever support you, if they don't ever encourage you, if they don't ever ask you how your book is doing or how is the writing come along. Do not feel some type of way. You have to surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing that you want to do or who have already completed it. All right. You just have to learn to reposition people and to make sure that when you're walking in purpose, that you have purpose people around you that can relate to you. All right. That's not always family and friends, y'all. And so we have to be careful. We have to be mindful. We have to be strategic. We have to be discerning. We have to use wisdom. Okay. I am God's girl and I am all about faith. Listen, we have to allow God to lead us. And be okay if it leads us away from familiar circles. Be okay if it leads us to people who don't look like us, who we would never even mingle with or talk to. Sometimes those are the type of people you need to give you that in order to get it done. All right. So do not get discouraged. Do not think, oh my gosh, so much time has passed. And listen, you can't stay in that negative mindset. All right. You got to remove all of that negativity out of your mind, out of your spirit, and out of your mouth. And you have to choose to speak life. You have to say, you know what? I am going to get this done. Put you a date and then make you a plan so that you can get there. All right. That's another thing we'll address in the creative writing session. Now, these creative writing sessions are not quote unquote teaching sessions. I'm going to ask questions, but this is not a workshop. Okay. This is for me to help you get over the hump. Okay. But one of the things you need to do is give yourself deadlines. If you say, I want my book in my hand by October, I'm going to work backwards and tell you this is when it needs to be done. And then when I tell you this is the date it needs to be done, we're going to work out a plan. This is what you need to do every week. then you have to make the decision on whether or not you're going to do it. Okay. Hello, Mr. Wanda. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Hetty. So listen, I want to make sure that you have all of the information, you have all the resources you need to get your book done, because none of us have an excuse. None of us have an excuse. I've seen people with no limbs write books, become bestsellers, New York best time, right? It's all about whether or not you take the obstacles that you're facing and you decide, I'm going to overcome them. They are not going to overcome me. I'm going to overcome them. And it's one day at a time. So I want to make sure that you know that I'm graced to help you get the book out of your head and into your hand. And I cannot wait to celebrate you, right? Listen, you can come to their creative writing sessions and you may go to somebody else, or you may know how to do it yourself. It doesn't matter, right? There's a billion and plus people in this world. Okay. I'm not afraid of losing a client. I'm not afraid of losing a sale. I know whatever is for me is for me. So I don't mind sharing information. I don't mind sharing resources because I've never been without. So I'm not the type of person who does the bait and switch. That ain't me. So I'm never going to tell you to join something just because I know that I can get you as a client. That's not my end goal. My end goal is for you to become a published author, period. Whether it's through Relentless or not, it does not matter. Okay. If I am a resource for you, I am a resource. And I do it with as just energy and genuality and sincerity as I do with the clients that we work with. All right. So if you know that you want to be an author, then you need to make it up in your mind. What investment am I willing to make? Okay. You can join the workshop on how to publish it yourself for $99. You can come to the creative writing sessions. We'll be hosting some more workshops as well. I have an online academy, Get Your Right On Academy, that has some online courses that you can do self-paced on different things and all of that. It's all up to you. All right. But you first have to make the decision yourself and then decide, what steps am I going to take? Okay. Thank you so much, Hetty. And that's what it's all about. So listen, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, let me show you the 3 things that we have coming up that's going to help you in writing and publishing. So again, if you want to learn how to publish your own books, join the workshop on May 18th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. More than likely, this workshop will probably be about 90 minutes. All right. There will be a Q&A in it as well, so that you can get clarity on what I'm teaching you and telling you what to do. Okay. And then for the creative writing session, every third Saturday, 8 to 9 a.m. Eastern. All right. And then for your junior writers, our creative writing virtual summer camp starts June 3rd. And I think in the caption of this video, I have June 4th, but it's actually June 3rd. It's June 3rd. So I think that's the first Saturday in June. So it'll be a 4-week camp, and we'll have 1 live session. All right. So again, I'm going to teach them how to write a book. They're going to write their own book. All right. And then we are going to create it, and they will be able to have it printed, but it will not be published. All right. They will still be an author. It just will not be published. Okay. They'll still have books that they can sell to the public and things of that nature. All right. So again, y'all, remember, it is never too late to get your right on. This is Shantae Williams, owner of Relentless Publishing House, signing off. And I'm super excited for each and every one of you. And I cannot wait to celebrate you. Listen, National Authors Day is the first Tuesday in November. Will you have your book done in order to participate in it? Will you have your book done so that you can participate in it? All right. That's what it's all about. All right, you guys, have an amazing evening. Plan your week, schedule your writing out. Okay. Ask yourself, how many What days this week do I have that I can dedicate to writing? And it doesn't have to be a whole lot of time. If all you have is 15, 20, or maybe even 30 minutes, dedicate that time. You'll be surprised in how consistency will help you and how far you actually will get along. All right. So again, you guys let me know what you want to see for Christmas in July. I cannot wait to start putting some of those things together. And again, I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you. So if you're thinking, hey, I really do want to work with you, well, listen, you can go to our website, relentlesspublishing.com, and you can set up a free 15-minute consultation and we can talk and to see whether or not we are a fit for one another. One thing I ascribe to is everybody's not my client, and I am a-okay with that. I do not mind referring out. As a matter of fact, I have referred out the last couple of weeks to a colleague of mine. And so they wanted something that I could do, but I'm not going to do, right? I'm not going to add a service just to add money. It's money. Money is not that important to me. So I have a colleague that can do what they do and she does it well. I don't mind. Listen, I will refer in a heartbeat. Again, what's for me is for me. All right. So remember, it's never too late to get your right on. Be intentional. Be intentional this week as you think about your writing project or projects and what it is that you want to do with them, when you want them to be completed, when you want them to be in your hand, and think about, what do you want to do with them? What is your purpose behind your writing? Think about all of those different things. Okay. And surround yourself with people who have done what you're trying to do or who are on the same path as you. All right. So you want to make sure that you have some type of accountability to make sure that you get it done. A weekly check-in to say, hey, have somebody that you give them permission to say, hey, what you get done with your writing this week. And do not get in your feelings. Be honest. Either you did or you didn't. All right. Don't make excuses. Let's make moves. All right, you guys, have an amazing week. Bye-bye.